huge clash tomorrow. Top of the table, Wellington Phoenix coming to your turf. How big an opportunity is this to make a bit of a statement and sort of show where you should belong?
Yeah, well, we're not there at the moment, that's for sure. So, yeah, a big game. They obviously had a terrific season, really coached well. They're a dynamic team. Their counter-attacking football is exceptional. So, yeah, big challenge for us, but, you know, we really got to step up. We really don't have much time now. I think 8 games left. It's going to be obviously a difficult game, but we're playing at home. We've got nothing to lose in the position that we're in. We just got to go for it.
What gives you the confidence that you can still turn it around? And as you say, you're not got a heap of time, but it's clearly got to start tomorrow, right?
Yeah, well, should have started last week, and we did enough to win that game last week. Both ends of the pitch for us has been a bit problematic. So the turnaround has been over 3 or 4 weeks. We can see that. We can feel that. It's definitely happening in our training sessions. We were pretty well organised without creating too much against Melbourne Victory. Then we had a good game against Sydney, and we should have done a lot better than what we did last week. It didn't translate into a win. So we are on that right track, but you know what it's like when a team is winning or a team is losing. It sort of festers for a little while until you sort of get over that hump. And we're trying to get over that hump, and that hump for us is trying to find that win.
Aurelio, seeing Matt Leckie's been named, but before I ask him about that, Marco Tilio is still listed as being out with a hamstring injury, and he's not being named in the Ollie Roos squad either, which I assume is related to that hamstring injury. Does that mean that he's going to be out for an extended period?
Yep, correct. Last week it was soreness, and then when he came back into training, when we were pushing a little bit, he kept feeling something in his hamstring. So we had him rescanned, and he has a bit of a tendon issue with his hamstring. So, yeah, he's out for a little while. At this stage, we don't know. Could be anywhere up to 6 weeks. So he's already feeling better. I think by the symptoms will probably get better very, very quickly. But then it's about how explosive he can get in a short space of time, which I don't think. I'm no expert, but it's not that easy. So minimum will be 4 weeks, I'd say, Joey, but we just have to wait and see. It's a bit disappointing because, I thought, he came in against Melbourne Victory and still trying to find his feet after 5 or 6 months of not playing, and then had a very, very good game against Sydney, scored a top goal against Sydney. And I thought, okay, now you'll start getting momentum. And then unfortunately, in the training prior to MacArthur game, he felt something.
Because that's got to be pretty devastating for him as well. Because as you said, he didn't play much at Celtic. This was a move that he wanted to make so he could start getting minutes. How's he in the aftermath of finding that out?
Yeah, he's obviously disappointed and frustrated. It's been a tough year, but unfortunately, these are the sort of things that can happen in your career. He's still 22 years old. He's still got a long way to go in his career. He's got 10 years plus. And unfortunately, you're going to have these bumpy periods. When players make it to the top, they don't go, it's not linear. There's a hell of a lot of ups and downs throughout that 10, 15-year career. And that's the way it is. But he's pretty headstrong. Yeah, obviously disappointed, as I said, but all he can do is rehab it and get himself back as quickly as possible. And the time frame is very short anyway. We have 8 games, not a hell of a lot of time.
And getting back to Matt Leckie now, he's back in the squad. Is he right to start? Is he going to be on limited pitch count, limited minutes? What's the go there?
Yeah, I think, he's also getting himself in the good shape, through the couple of injuries that he's had throughout the year. And then his body pulls up quite sore. So he's not 100% in the spot that he wants to be and where we want him to be. So again, if he completes training today, he's completed the training all week. So if he completes the training today, he's certainly going to be in the squad and up for minutes. And again, whether it's a question of managing in his time, that's probably going to be the key thing for us.
Just quickly, Aurelio, on Jamie McLaren. I think I saw a stat. It's 9 games without a goal for him, which is pretty unfamiliar territory for him. How do you help him get through this rut? Because usually when the goals come, they come pretty quickly, but it's very unlike him to have copped this sort of goalless run.
Well, I think it's really tough on everyone, tough on him, and you're getting chances, you're not putting them away, and as that sort of festers and that grows, then it becomes a bit of a burden at times. And to be honest, he's had, I don't know, maybe the last 4 or 5 years where everything he's touched has turned to gold, and unfortunately, this season it's complete opposite. He just has to work his way through it. We're trying to give him the confidence and playing him, and there's no magic formula, Anna. There's no silver bullet. It's just hard work, perseverance. That's what it is, really.
Just checking, no one else has copped an injury this week. It seems like a pretty unfortunate one.
Yeah, I think we've run over a couple of black cats over the last few months. No, everyone else is fine. Lex obviously been the problematic for us most of the season. Throughout the course of the year, we've had guys in and out, which doesn't help with cohesion, obviously. Scotty Galloway is another one who should be back for the Newcastle Jets game. So he's progressing reasonably well, so he should be available for that game on the 30th.